Spirit has chosen the Four Corners spread for your general monthly reading, which lays a nice, diverse groundwork where we will be looking into the four main areas of interest that people commonly ask about in tarot: the work corner, the financial money corner, the health corner, and the ever-popular love corner. We are going to take a stroll through all four to see what Spirit wants to discuss about your month. And that is what we're going to do today. Welcome in, Libra, to your Four Corners spread for February 2024. We're going to get started right now, dive right in. In fact, we're going to start with the love corner because we got a major theme for health. We also got a major theme for finance. Make sure I give those plenty of time. So let's get into love first. Love is much simpler here for February for a lot of my great Libras. The first thing that comes up, this card has a couple different definitions. It's my Nine of Pentacles. One of these can be a large purchase, a pleasurable one. And coming up in the love corner, that would mean it's more for the family than about just one specific person. Something like a car, how that would affect everybody. Something like that. Now, the other definition of this card is that it's just a really great, peaceful, tranquil, positive energy going on in that love corner. Love corner is a big place, guys. It is your love pursuits. It is your love dynamics. If you're in a relationship, we talked about love pursuits. If you're single, it is your close friends. Anybody close to your heart can come in here, siblings, the family, the whole bubble, the whole umbrella here is what they're talking about, guys. So things just working out very good in February. Very nice, warm month for my Libras. Good family, romantic, the whole thing. Whatever you got going on, it's looking good from whatever perspective you're kind of out from your awareness, from what you're looking into. So the ground is very ripe to do things. We'll talk more about ripe later in health, but here, this is a very nice thing to see. A very nice kind of balance here between spirit world and earth plane realm. So it's not just about the physical things here in the love corner. It is probably more about those emotions. And next we're going to talk about those emotions because they talk about really being in it to win it here in the month of February. So what does that mean? Don't leave something behind. It means stay and fight. It means something is worth fighting for here with the family, with your loved ones, maybe somebody you're dating. Depends on where you're at and what they're talking about here. But all things to consider is that the main thing, besides how good this energy is that something is worth sticking around for. So Spirit wants to see you do that. There we go. Let's jump into some finance. Financial here. It's kind of a mixed bag, Libra, because the first thing they bring in is nurturing, much more nurturing needed of the finances, but it's coming up under work, not under finances. So it's almost like pay attention to what is going to bring you the money with what you're doing with work. That is the main focus. So if you're not getting the money you need at your current work, you need to change jobs, change career paths, something like that. Ask for promotion, go switch departments, do something like that. Okay, so they're saying nurturing more of the finances as far as work related, the way you earn your finances is concerned. Now, they want you to consider your joy. This comes in multiple times because it is related to the runestone as well, which we'll do later. We're going to do runestone, moon cycles, and your homily, which will be me wearing a rain suit, essentially. But this here is joy, Disneyland energy, good family camaraderie here. So that's what they want you to work towards. Like your picture perfect goal for work should be something you enjoy. If you don't like what you do, you don't like showing up to work, sometimes you can just read a job description and be like, the money's good, but that just sounds like really boring or something I wouldn't like. My heart's not in it. So much is more. I just feel like it's more important to do something you really love and really enjoy. And they did I don't remember where I saw this survey or poll from, but they did poll people on, whether you'd rather make a lot of money or do something you love if you made little money. And it's like 60-40, like 60% would rather do something they love versus the 40% that would rather just be rich doing something they hate. Okay, so they want you to consider what you're trying to build here with work too. So doing something you love, something you're passionate about is huge for what you're trying to do, and that is what they want you to nurture with work. So that tells a lot of you that you're doing the wrong thing. Others of you, if you're already going down this path, you're already doing this kind of work, trying to find that kind of job, well, you're already in this good little environment. Very nice to see. Let's get down into the finances. Now we're getting into your first major big corner theme for February. They talk about bondage with my devil card. So this is being bonded in financially to things. being a little stuck in a way you don't want to be stuck. Maybe it has something to do with a contract. Maybe it has something to do with, hey, just your money is in a stock right now that you cannot get the money out of, or you could, but it just moved in a bad direction. If you cash out now, you'd lose. You don't want to do that, so you want to hang on, hold a little bit longer, something like that. So you're bound into something financially here. I don't know what it is, if it's a contract or what it is, but usually this is not the most positive light. Maybe it's a lease of some form or something like that. So anyway, it is what it is, and here it is. Now, the version of that is going to be different for everybody because not all you Libras are the same, of course. You're all different, living different lives, different things going on. And this is a general reading. Good time to remind you that. We're reading for not just you, but all of your Libra friends are all tuning in. And I love you all. However, a general reading will never touch a personal private reading, not even close, where the energy is all about you and not the bubble of everybody else. I offer a wide variety of those personal products, services on my website, scottsagent.com, and those are all about you. Therefore, they're very accurate. Now here, there's other factors going on with this bondage, with what is going on here. The first one is no social. So spending money on going out is like a no. This is not the time for it. Not February, maybe March, we'll see. Right now here in February, it's like a no-fly zone for spending money on fun, okay? It is not the time because of this, whatever's got you hooked into, you gotta watch it, okay? So because of that, next they show immaturity. This can also mean kids. So this could be meaning, spending money on the kids is okay. Spending money on the social and fun? No. Back to that again. So kids, immaturity. So they want you to, if that's the case, they want to make sure you're taking the high road with things. You're making very mature decisions financially. It is huge for you to do that. Now, you're going to be a little sensitive financially. Maybe hearing some of this is not exactly what you wanted to hear for February too, but it's the information to get you to where you need to be. So even though you don't want to hear it, Spirit here knows that you can handle it and you can do good things with it. So here they say sensitivity. In the card, it says you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. So don't be down on yourself because it is a sensitive time, okay? It's okay to feel things very deeply, to analyze very deeply, experience the emotions, the highs and the lows very deeply. Just don't get stuck too deeply into those ruts. You got to kind of be able to fly above them. I kind of picture this like a drone, what I'm describing. How the drone gets high in the sky and you get these beautiful bird's eye view of things. Sometimes you got to zoom out too on your own life, in this case financial life, to really get the big picture of what matters and what, like, the kids matter, okay, the family matters, stuff like that. So you can see different things for different people here, and all being combined in a wonderful network that we're calling Libra February. So next we move into your health. Your health is very interesting because I'm actually going to start with the Oracle Angel card first. I normally don't do that, but it is so unrelated to the rest of the health spread. I just wanted to kind of do it. So it's Hello from Heaven. Now, I do offer Hello from Heaven as a personal product on my website. So if you're looking to talk to a deceased loved one or you get a message between worlds, so to speak, that product does that. But this is somebody, more than likely a female, because I have an Empress card popping in here. We'll talk about that in a minute. But more than likely a deceased female that just wanted to do one of these and say hi to, one of her beloved Libras, okay? Probably a woman deceased. Now, this is very interesting because this doesn't come up very much, first of all. Second of all, it's more than likely timed. It's like this loved one of yours, if it is for you, it is a general, so it might not be anything to do with you. This might not be your loved one. Maybe somebody else's. I don't know. But when this comes up, it's usually attached to like an anniversary of their death, or like February was the month of their birthday. Okay, so something like that would really attach to you because that's when their energy is very heightened. So that would be like when this person wants to sponsor your reading. It's like, hey, here I am, Libra, for February. Remember February, that was when my birthday was and we had such good memories together, or something like that. So anyway, there's that. Messages from Heaven is available on my website if that's something that interests you. So very nice message there from one of your loved ones. We have good luck coming in your health corner. That's excellent to see. So it's just like things are going to work out in good ways no matter what. It's just like, just on an upswing with health. Things are going good. Good time to do whatever you're trying to do, whether you're adding something, subtracting something. We'll talk about that in the moon cycles next. But it's just good luck means good luck. And it's just like, hey, works for me. If it's free, it's for me, and it's good. It's going in a good projection here, trajectory. Next, I have the Empress card, which is feminine, fertile health. I think that might have also just been an attachment to let me know that it's a deceased female. But here, the ground is very fertile. The ground is very ripe with health, at the very least. I mean, you can tell that from good luck. I mean, it's just kind of a different way to say the same thing, which is like, this is a good time to be doing things for your health, okay? The next thing they show here is an event that is coming in blocked, and I think I know what they mean by this. An event is something out of the ordinary. Usually it's very fun, pleasurable, and I think this is one too. Here's the thing. I think that this is all, what this feels like to me is this feels like a cheat date. You know, it's like you've been doing really good with, let's give you the example of a diet. Okay, you've been eating a certain way, doing really good, maybe counting calories. Let's just give you that. Counting calories, doing really good, cutting out sweets, cutting out sugar, extra carbs. And then here's this party. Here's this party, this gathering, this event that's happening. And it's just like, man, they're going to have all my favorite food, all my favorite desserts, cake, the whole bit, okay? How am I going to not do that? That's going to be your cheat date. So that's what I think they're showing here, is like, this is an event where you just, you 2 steps back type of thing. And it's no big deal. Just get back on track once the event passes. The event, the gathering, the party, whatever this is. So very, very good health corner, very powerful and strong. And they want you to navigate that in a positive way, because you can bring in such good stuff, kick out the bad stuff just as easily, which we're going to talk about now in your moon cycle. But first, your rune stone. Your rune stone is the card of joy, or the rune of joy. The flag of joy is what I call it, because it's a flag with a little triangle on it. So it's just like waving the flag of joy, Libra. Like, do the things that are going to bring you happiness in February. That is key. We talked about the exact same card. It's this guy. You probably can't see it from there, but you can look at my pictures. You know, I take a picture of the spreads and I post them on Facebook in case you want to look at what I've been reading and stuff like that. So you can check that out there. But this is the joy card. Excuse me, which came up into your work corner, finding that joy, that wonderful energy. So they said joy twice, and they said it in the work corner. So all things to keep into consideration, Libra. I'm sending you over to your moon cycles, wrapping up with some homily in the inclement weather, talking about expectations. Hope you stick around for it. You will enjoy it. And let's get moving with the moon cycles. Big moon cycle actually this month with the super new moon. So the new moon's going to be massive. Okay guys, it is moon cycles forecast time. Let's talk about these lunar energies that are all around us anyways, so we can use it to our benefit, implement some positive change into your month. Well, the first thing you need to understand is whether these energies are coming in or going out. Just like the tides, the moon has control of that. In the same way, you can use it too. The first thing that hits chronologically this month is the new moon. You're going to see all the text information on your screen, any rare occurrences, as well as the date. Now, this is a target date for the new moon. It doesn't have to be done on this date, guys. I really like to bracket a few days before and a few days after to get a very powerful week where you can bring new things into your life and really manifest. If it is NEW, it's not there before, brand new, this is the best time to bring it into your life. Something new financially, maybe something new with work, new love, new health. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's new, this is the best time of the month to work on these things, really help bring it in. Adversely, the full moon, the opposite energy, the energy going out, hits on this date on your screen. And of course, the same rules apply. It doesn't have to be done on this date. We're talking about a week window, a few days on each side of it here. When this energy is very strong going out, and the energy going out is the best time to get things out of your life that don't belong there or that you don't want there, something that's got control of you or hold of you that you don't want. Maybe something like a bad habit, maybe emotional baggage, a bill that's got to go. That would be something financially, maybe something with health, maybe an eating habit that's got to go. It doesn't matter if it's got to go. The full moon is your best bet to get this change to stick. If any of this has confused you, I've put together a moon cycle cheat sheet. I do it every single month. It is free. It is on the website, guys. You can check it out very easily. It is a little graphic illustration, a tool that you can use so you can kind of see these changes moving in and moving out, so you can align things in your month to it to really get them to stick, implement some great positive changes. Now let's get into your homily. Hello friends, and welcome into your homily, February 2024 edition. My name is Scott Sagent, and the name of this homily this month is Don't Let It Rain on your parade. We're going to be talking about managing expectations here. Good expectations that we might be too high on, expecting too much from, bad things, expecting bad days, and how we can get way too low on that. Finding a nice middle ground here. The first and very most important thing to start with is that us, as human beings, we are just prediction machines. Our mind is computing and processing a whole bunch of stimuli every single second of every single day, trying to figure out what's going to happen next so that you can be in the right present moment, making the best decisions for you at that time. So just like if you come up to a stop sign and there's another car, you're trying to figure out, both you guys are really, who's going to go first, who's going to do what you're trying to figure out what they're going to do so you don't crash into them, right? Same thing if a stranger walks up to you, you're trying to figure out, analyze the heck out of it as quick as you're not even realizing it's happening at this point. It happens automatically, but you're trying to figure out, is this stranger coming up to me? Can they be trusted? Are they a good person? Or are they going to rob me? Okay, so we're doing all these kind of things all the time, all these computations behind the scene. And as a result of all that, we come up with expectations, our version of the future, whether it be a good event or a negative event, doesn't matter. We're creating these expectations all the time about what we expect to happen. But here's the thing, a lot of times these expectations do not happen. Never happens at all. Or maybe they're not as good as we want them to be, or as bad as we would like to avoid. So let's get into a little bit of that. Now, I like to look at this with a frame that I call the 5% rule. So let's take a good example first. Hey, you're going to Disneyland, you're going to a theme park, doesn't matter which one, pretend, okay, you're going to have the best day ever. Your expectations are way up here. You're like, yeah, I'm going to meet these characters. I'm going to get to go on all these rides. I'm going to, live out my childhood dreams and just have a great day all the way up here. That's what you're expecting, okay? And that's fine. Maybe it'll happen. But there's only that 5% rule, the 5% chance that you're going to get to the tippy top of what is actually going to occur. Stuff happens, stuff goes wrong. And if you're up there, that 5%, well, the reality is that you're going to be somewhere in that other 95% range, which is way down here. Okay, so even if it's a good day and it's up here, it's like, well, I didn't get to go on all the rides I wanted to go on. I got to go on half of them, but there's on the other half, and the lines were too long. Or maybe down here it rained all day. They had to shut down some rides. It didn't work out at all for me. That was not what I was expecting at all. So anywhere off of your top tier of what you were expecting before is going to be a letdown. You're going to feel that very deeply in you, like, something is just not really good. Not a good feeling, not a good emotion to have. Now let's look at a negative one. Same rule of fives apply. Hey, you got to go to a dentist appointment. And this is going to be one where you're expecting a procedure to happen that is going to be a little painful, a little bit of uncomfortness going on, and you're just not looking forward to it. Okay, so your expectation is like down, down, down here. I'm not sure if I'm off the camera, but I'm pretty low down here. So anyway, the same 5% rule applies, guys. Same 5% rule. It's usually not as bad as you expect it to be, the bad things, okay? You're going to be in that 95% range somewhere else. So, hey, you get this procedure done, and okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought. That didn't hurt as much as I thought it would. Maybe it was an uncomfortable hour and a half. But you know what? Now, that was up here. That wasn't that bad. Now I can feel like that weight is lifted off my shoulder. I got that out of the way, done and checked off my list. So it's the rule of the 5%. Now, what do we do with this information, right? Now, a lot of people say, oh, you just got to eliminate the expectations. Just get rid of them altogether. You don't need them, right? We don't need to have expectations about what's going to happen, whether it be good or bad. Well, that's a utopia. That is just not realistic, since we are human prediction machines. We are always trying to figure stuff out, and without expectations, that would leave us with nothing to ever look forward to. And of course, it's okay to look forward to something. You just got to manage this. So let's talk about how we manage these. Giving those two examples that I gave you earlier, let's go through both of them. The Disney World, having a great time, expectations up to here. Hey, you know what? Let's bring the expectation into middle keel. You know why? Because I expect that I'm going to have fun no matter what happens. Because at the end of the day, it is not what happens to you. It's what you do with what happens to you. It's the decisions you make. So if you go into the day thinking, hey, you know what? I'm going to have the best time possible with whatever situations and circumstances come up. I'm going to make sure that this is a good day. Okay, so you're up here and you're nice and good. That's managing your expectations for the good. Now let's talk about managing the low side. That dentist appointment, that painful procedure, that cavity filling, that root canal, whatever it is. Okay, well, what do we do about this? You tell yourself, hey, you know what? It might not be that bad. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to check it off my list, and I'm going to put it behind me. You're going to attack the day in a much more middle keel. And the likelihood is you're going to hit that 95% either way. So it's all going to work out kind of more in the middle regardless. Nothing is ever as bad as we expect it to be. And usually nothing is ever as good as we expect it to be either. And that's okay.
because we're managing expectations. Of course, this doesn't always come naturally to everybody. Sometimes it does take a little bit of practice and implementation to lower these expectations, or at least manage the kind of middle ground, that 95% range of both sides of things. But the rain will come. It always does. The challenges in life will come. Nothing ever works out like we intend it to, whether it be too good or too bad. And the good news is that puts the power back into your corner, because again, it is not what happens to you. It is what you do with what happens to you. You remember that, you'll be in great shape, guys. So that is going to conclude your homily for February 2024. Do not let it rain on your parade, guys. I'm telling you. That's it for me. I hope you've enjoyed the reading. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future readings. Have an excellent February. I know you will.
So I guess the fortune teller's right.